Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for another edition of the Positive Wrestling Podcast. My name is Stephen Baker, a.k.a. León. And today I got two guys on, not just one, for the Positive Wrestling Podcast, who I've become pretty fond of, honestly. I don't like admitting that in public, but here we are, so that's a first. They are actually part of a stable of a four-piece called The Firm. And you got Elijah Six, and you got Jay Bricks. Let's bring him in.
Sup?
Hold on, guys. Don't do that on my podcast.
Wow, Steven, you like us, Steven?
I do. I gotta say, you're the best Apex teammates I've ever had. So,
yeah, wow.
I'm playing right now. No, I'm not. I'm playing. I'm playing Naruto.
I want to jump right into something right off the bat. With COVID going on and pretty much the world being crazy. I know, Eli, you've been working a lot. You've been doing a lot of XWA, Test of Strength, PAPW you got coming up. And Joe, you've been injured, unfortunately. How has that had an effect on you guys as a stable?
I think they haven't really had an effect. I mean, I'm always around, so it's been brotherhood still been there, but it has an effect on me because I'm like, man, I'm so jealous. Like, these guys are doing their thing during COVID and they're getting bigger and better. I'm over here on the shelf, but the firm is all right.
Firm's all right. What about you, Eli? What do you think about it?
I don't know. It benefited me, if anything.
I don't know, he said.
Everything's still the same, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing changed. I just ride with different people who like eating glizzies at Sonic.
Wow.
It's weird.
It's the third episode in a row that glizzies have gotten brought up in the first 10 minutes.
Glizzy glosser, bro.
It's called the Coney Island car. That's where we're from.
Well, you know what? If we're going to be on that real quick, Eli, I got to ask you a question because I've heard through the grapevine that you are, in fact, the Glizzy King. So I'm kind of curious.
Wow.
Is that true?
Why would I be the Glizzy King?
That's what I heard. I don't know. I got Jordan was saying something about it. I know Lucas was saying something about it. I just want to make sure.
Haters. I don't know. I'll never be the Glizzy King.
Then who's the Glizzy King?
Everybody else except for me. The entire car except for me. I got them all in 4K. Listen,
oh, do you?
Yeah. I got them all in 4K. I'll upload it.
Don't do that.
Hopping on glizzies, bro.
Well, yo, let me ask you guys a question. You guys have been tagging pretty much since the beginning of both of your like career, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when did you guys meet? How did you meet and end up becoming a team?
We were in a dark alley, and
yes,
we were doing some sketchy things with some loose, sketchy people, and we just looked at each other, and we were the most sober out of the 15 people in that dark alley. So we were like, why don't we just become friends? And that's what happened.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's take this Batman thing you got going on out of the equation. Let's talk to Eli about it if that's the case, because you're not going to give me nothing apparently.
Nah, we actually started on the same day training, and we didn't do it intentionally. Like, we didn't even know each other. We just trained on the same day. And then when I debuted, they just paired me with him because we had good chemistry at training, like working and shit. And he was just my manager for a long time. And I was frustrated for a long time because he was supposed to be my tag partner, and I was tagging with random people. And then one day we just went to class. I remember I did like a tag tournament for the Test of Strength tag titles when they first debuted them. And I was out in the first round because I tagged with Johnny Santos, who I had never met in my life. The guy came in drinking coffee. Who drinks coffee? That's just the old head thing. Why would I want to team with him? And so I remember I went to class 2 days later after that training day. And I walked up to Jay and I was just like, yo, bro, I'm going to get you booked. Like, fuck this. You need to get booked.
It was really funny. He's like,
yeah, he's bro, like, it was an ego. It was a low ego.
He goes, listen, we're going to have a match in class that's going to be so good. That's going to get you booked. And I'm like, all right. And then, like 2 days later, two days later, booked.
Yeah, I just walked up to Wags. I was like, let me wrestle Jay. And then he was like, all right. And then we had a banger. 2 months in, I had a banger with Jay Bricks, and then Jay Bricks was booked. You know what I mean?
That's legit. I mean, look, it's good because you guys do stand up for each other, and that's one thing I can give you credit for because you usually hit on everyone else. I mean, in a good way, but it's a together thing, and I can respect that. But you're talking about coffee, by the way, and you got a match coming up, Eli, if I'm not mistaken. You're talking about someone who really likes his coffee and his cappuccinos and his Starbucks. It's you and Sammy Diaz, Richard Holiday and Matthias. Are you excited for that?
What an old head. They're both old heads. This motherfucker, he takes AirPods way too seriously. Do you see the way he takes them out of his ear? Oh, slow and seductively, like as if it's like some type of new era. It is new era technology, but like wireless headphones didn't exist before this. I feel like he just discovered wireless headphones when Apple came out with them, and it pisses me off. And the way he drinks on his little frappuccino or whatever the fuck he be,
oh my God.
disgusting. And then Matthias, he just got too much hair conditioner in his hair. When he wrestled Sammy, a couple weeks ago, Sammy gave him a back suplex or some shit, and I just got smacked with the hair conditioner from across the ring, all up in my eyes and shit. Couldn't see. Had to be rushed to the hospital shortly after.
Wow. A medical center?
Cataracts because of him.
Medical facility?
Huh?
I say you have to be rushed to the medical facility?
Yeah, because
there's no hospitals in wrestling, apparently.
Yeah, no, there's not.
They just don't exist.
I don't know what's happening right now, but I mean, this is fine, I guess. But, Jay, I got to ask you a question, though, for real. With you being out, what was your last match that you had before you left? Like before you got injured?
Was it the backyard? Was it the thing in the woods?
It wasn't. Oh my God! It was the thing in the. That was your worst. It was. I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about it.
Listen, I'm not a singles guy, not yet, and I got put into a triple threat. So my first singles match, and it's a triple threat match, and it was not great. It never saw the light of day. That's how good of a match it was. It's so sad that was my last. What's up?
Who did you wrestle? Who was it?
This guy called the Puerto Rican Punisher, and then another guy that I'm sorry I don't remember his name. I know he's over as fuck right now, but I don't remember his name. But yeah, it was I tried to do the best that I could, and it just ended up not happening. But I had fun regardless. Definitely won't be in any triple threats anytime soon. But yeah, that was my last match.
I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but how did you end up getting injured? What was the case? Just tell so people know what's going on with you.
So I was at XWA, and I was just doing the drills and stuff, and I kind of have a lot of mileage on my knees from like cross country, mixed martial arts, skateboarding, like all this stuff, and like it was just kind of like an old injury that I kind of just been like not taking care of. Like anyone that knows me, like they've seen the ice packs on my knees after matches. So I went, the drill was like an international, and it ended up with like an up and over spot, and up and overs when you're my weight are not like easy. So I went to do an up and over. I came down and my patella tendon was like piece.
Oh.
And so I've been I don't even know how I walked. I think I was like trying not to be a little bitch in front of the boys, because like I walked my ass out of the ring. I sat down for a little bit. Brandino and Taylor, I forget his first name. They try to adjust my knee because my knee was in my thigh. So they try to see if it was gonna pop back into place, but it didn't work, and I ended up just having to go to the hospital. And they didn't even know what was wrong. But like, when like something is off and they don't tell you, they'd just be like, I'll be like, what's wrong? And they're like, oh, we don't know yet. We don't know. I'm like, just tell me.
Dude.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that was back in October, and I've been out since, and hopefully be back sometime soon.
Jesus, man. Well, you know what? We're talking injuries real quick. Eli, I know we talked a little bit beforehand, but what happened to your lip? Why don't you tell the people, because you got a fat lip today, man.
Oh yeah. Sunset Steve, can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss. That's fine.
All right.
We've been cussing this whole time.
Steve is a bitch ass hoe.
Oh my
God, motherfucker. Fuck him. Nah,
no,
I went to go give him a spine buster on the guardrail, and not hit my mouth on the guardrail. It was a cool match, though.
How do you go to give someone a spine buster on a rail and then hit your own face? Like,
Because, okay, so, fuck, I can't really show you. Like, there's no guardrail behind me.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, when you talk
to go pick him up. Yeah, I think that, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I went to go give him a spine buster, and I think he just didn't jump, or, like, he just jumped into me or something. I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is that it felt weird, and then when I turned around to go plant him, like, my head was still underneath his arm.
Oh.
Instead of, like, him taking the bump on it. Yeah, I hit my mouth.
DDT'd into the guardrail more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I got you.
It's okay. He's green. It's not his fault.
With so you've been wrestling a lot, doing a lot of single stuff, obviously, over at XWA. That's actually what you do is single stuff over there at this point.
Yeah.
Is there like a match that you've had so far over there that you're like really like proud of, that you're really into, or like even the match that helped make you? Because you're getting over there. You're not just random heel anymore. You're actually like, they're like, oh, it's Eli. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see you now, which is legit. So
yeah, I don't really think of anything and think like, oh, I'm super proud of that match. I've never thought like that. Even if other people have told me that, I'm just super like I'm super hard on myself. I'm my own worst critic. So like I could have
that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, I could have a banger and I'll still be like, yeah, but this happened, instead of pointing out the positives and how the crowd is reacting the whole time. I've never gotten a Rock versus Hogan reaction, so I'm never gonna be satisfied until
I don't think any of us have ever had that. So we're all on the same page with that.
I mean, I had it many times, but that's just me, you know.
Yeah, bro, Big League Bricks.
Where?
Don't worry about it. You weren't there, obviously.
It was in the woods, bro.
Yeah, in the freaking woods, bro.
The crickets were going crazy.
Yo.
I mean, I'll say this, Eli, especially lately, I've noticed that your confidence looks like it's gone up a lot, though. Like I saw a piece of your entrance from even last night. It was like on Snap. I forget where it was, but I saw it.
Uh-huh.
And your energy when you come through the curtain now compared to when you were first there, instead of just kind of walking through, trudging along, like it's insane how much it's changed. Are you just getting more comfortable in your skin generally, or is it just the XWA since you're getting used to the crowd?
So I study a lot of wrestlers who inspire their gimmicks off musicians and shit for character shit. So because that's what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be one of these Playboy Cardi ass motherfuckers. So I was watching Shinsuke Nakamura one day, and I watched how he comes through the curtains, and he's already doing the jazz hands. And he just looks like Michael Jackson or Freddie Mercury or one of them motherfuckers. And I was like, yo, why the fuck don't I walk out like I'm entering the stage at a concert? Like, why the fuck am I over here just walking? Nobody's gonna know what I'm trying to get across if I just walk to the ring with a water bottle. Like, what does that even mean? So
That's true.
Just said I just thought about it. You know, watch concerts and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's good. Now take that. And then Shawn Michaels does this thing where he like stomps his foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That little tiny thing right there, the rock star shit. I just bopped my head.
I mean, if you're a rapper, I know Max Caster has it locked down, but where are your tracks?
What you mean?
I mean, you got to release some tracks, right? Like, I mean, if you're
because I'm not Max Caster.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's a weird middle ground, but like, you know, at least a music video or something. You got to.
Yeah, no, Max Caster is low.
Listen, he's in the studio, bro. He's in the studio, bro.
He's been in the studio for like 2 years now.
Wait, listen, man. You were a king for how long?
Yeah, that's true.
Where's your kingdom? Where's the fucking kingdom, huh?
I've answered this.
You had your whole damn squire quit on you. Where the fuck you go? What the fuck?
I've answered this question before. I've told people first off, it's the Kingdom of Beheadia, and if you go from about right here in Taunton, Massachusetts, right, and then you take about all the way around, it's somewhere in between here and here. So like you just gotta find it. It's real though. You just gotta look.
It's like Hogwarts. You gotta like squint.
Yeah, exactly.
At like a mountain and it appears. Got it.
Climb mountains, exactly. You gotta figure it out.
Sounds like a magical place.
All seriousness, here's the shit. I was doing the same thing that you were doing with the king gimmick. Like you were a king, but you weren't gonna fucking like get rolled out on a throne to the ring. You know what I mean? Like I'm a rapper, but it's supposed to be insinuated that I'm a rapper. It's not even, I just tell people that because that's just who I am naturally. And I just, you know what I mean? Like, that's just who I am naturally. Like, if I tell a promoter that I don't have a gimmick, they're going to be like, fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not Dean Malenko. You know You know what I mean? I'm at the six, but like only Dean Malenko could get away with not having a gimmick and still, you know what I mean?
Him and Lance.
Well, it's because Dean Malenko like knew every fucking hold there is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, let me hold your pinky. Oh, I just tapped you out.
Look, it's either you got crazy charisma and that'll get you over, or you can really wrestle anyone on the card. And if you can't do either, then you're stuck in the middle. So like that's pretty much.
And if you could do both.
Oh yeah, if you can do both, you're good. You're a star waiting to be seen. Like that's what happened with Casanova. Casanova was like so like his gimmick was so over, and not even that his wrestling ability is like obviously top notch. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in NXT right now. But like that just came out of nowhere after we did the whole Michael Jackson Thriller shit, and like all of a sudden he's got like this whole new fucking persona. I don't know if you knew that beforehand, but he's got this whole new persona, and he took over, and that's all it took. He had the charisma, he had the moves. You know? I mean, speaking of moves though, Jay, how does it feel to have the second best Black Hole Slam in New England?
Listen, I'm about to leave this fucking podcast, you motherfucker. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna give you credit where it's due. One night, fucking Eli sent me this video of you doing it, and nothing else. Normally, there's a comment before or afterwards. He just sent the video, and I'm just sitting at there. Look, I probably gave you like 20 views. I'm just looking at this shit. And I just got mad quiet. I was like, yo, I got to fucking call, but a new move now. I can't do it no more. Now I got to do something way more dangerous. Motherfucking Steve.
Hold on,
Steve got to, don't cut me off, motherfucker.
I'm
Steve.
sorry.
Now I got to do a moonsault because Steve want to do a pretty ass, take my move that he saw me do when he was a little child. And now he want to do it better. All right, go ahead, Last Six. I'm sorry.
I forgot. No, seriously, I just remember. Say word. That should be Leon's finish.
That should be Leon's finish. I don't know why he's wasting it, but that's on him.
I'm gonna
that's
use
him
it
and
for a cutoff. No, it's your fucking finish. Like that gets the biggest reaction of the night. Not the nightly night. The nightly night is the it's not the you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen. You know what's really funny? You know how like you go onto like seminars, right? With people like yeah, they're always like you gotta make the crowd come. You know what I'm saying? They you never heard that? Yo, every seminar.
Attitude Era guy thing.
Every seminar, they're like, you gotta work the crowd. You know, it's like sex. You know, you start with foreplay, and that's your headlock, right? And they always said that. Listen, if I'm wrong, someone please comment on where this is posted. But I am not wrong. They're always like, you gotta make them come. You know, the black hole. Your black hole. Yo, your black hole makes everyone come. So why make them come early, Steve? What the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta leave them off on that nut.
What the fuck is happening? All right, anyway, so we'll leave that alone for another day. We'll talk in private about that, I guess. But
that means he's not gonna make it his finish.
Yo, everyone bully him into making that his finish, yo.
You guys aren't the only people who said that. A lot of people have said don't worry. It's not just you guys, but I'm stubborn, so
that's fine.
No problem. But all right. Let me ask you guys both a question. We'll start with Jay for this one. Either way, are there any wrestlers when you were growing up that like inspired you to like kind of form yourself after them?
Yes, but I ended up not being what I wanted to be, which I'm really thankful because all the guys have heard it. I have like 5,000 awful gimmicks and I wanted to do them all. And Slick Wagner Brown kept being like, nope. And I'm really thankful because like they just would have been too far out there.
Like what? I didn't know you had other gimmick ideas. I want to hear them.
So many. Okay, listen. I was thinking I could be a French mime that spoke, that didn't speak unless I was really angry. What? And my and my manager could be a ventriloquist dummy.
What's going on?
I wanted I wanted to be a guy.
Wait. No. Okay, somebody called me. Go ahead, you finish and I'll tell you why I said that. Go ahead.
Okay. So then I wanted to be a construction worker that got out of work and just started slamming beers on my way to the ring. And then that's how I just released stress from my construction job. Then I then I wanted to be an Irish guy. Yeah, me, an Irish guy named Ray O Sunshine, and I'm just super negative, even though my name is Ray O Sunshine. There's way more. I'm glad they all got veto.
You got to open your own company at this point and use all the
But I'm glad that none of that worked out. But if I could, I always loved Harlem Heat, so I try to, I kind of try to steal from them. I try to steal from Ric Flair, but I mean everyone tries to do that. I love Christian, so I like the Christian, this peep era Christian.
Yeah.
Try to steal from him. But yeah, stuff like that.
Dude, I'm sorry, the French mime thing killed me. French mime that talks when he's angry and has a ventriloquist dummy for his manager.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think someone should do it. Not me. Not me, but someone should.
You don't end your career with that gimmick. I won't respect you. Like that's just
I think the way I could get into it is like someone hits me in the head with a stale ass baguette, and that's how I'm like the Matt Hardy broken, but
baguette. Eli, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say somebody called me when I picked up or when I hung up the phone. It was like 2 of the podcast. Like there was the lingering noise.
Yeah,
like a lagging noise in the background, and then the actual in time noise. And when Jay was laughing, it was just nasty. It sounded like this, bro. I joined the podcast back, and all I heard was. I seen Jay laughing. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, Eli. All right, what about you? Anyone that molded you into like the person you're trying to be, or like anyone that you really like looked up to growing up that like it kind of helps you become who you are?
Okay, it's a lot. I told y'all Shinsuke Nakamura, he's a big influence. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. I really like technical guys. I like guys who are able to break guys down limb by limb, piece by piece, who target a body part, who actually make sense when they wrestle. Let me see. Randy Orton, a lot.
Randy Orton's a good one. I mean, that's one of those dudes that I feel like anyone can study at any point of his career and get something out of it.
Yeah, it's just the pace that he wrestles at. I love his pace.
Yeah.
And he just picks it up. It's like the way that Muda wrestles. Like he moves slow as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts him down for that body slam. He hits the ropes. Comes off with that elbow. It's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
I mean, I'll be honest. I think that's one reason why I was a big fan of Undertaker in that sense with wrestling, because he's got that brooding, just walking around mentality. He'll light you up a little bit, kind of step back, take his time, but then when his comeback hits, when he's hitting the boot and the snake eyes and all that other shit, he's going. And I love that about Taker. I'm on the same page with you on that one. But I think Randy Orton's definitely one of those guys that I just feel like he's definitely obviously a Hall of Famer. This dude's got regardless, but he's one of those dudes I feel is almost underappreciated sometimes because of how good he really is, because of how boring he is to some people now. You know what I'm saying? But the dude's money every time he touches the microphone or gets in the ring, one way or another. Yeah. So I agree with you completely on that one. I mean, all right, I got to ask now collectively, what about like a tag team? Do you guys like look at any tag teams together? Like when you guys are like, thinking of new spots or training and stuff like that like really kind of help you move forward with your own progression?
No.
Really? Not really. Yeah. I you know what I do? I do study like TNA a lot though, because those guys were just like, if we break our necks, we'll still get signed by the E. So like,
are you talking like Dear Money TNA, or are we talking like new Impact stuff?
Like back in the day, like 2003 to like 2010, I would say those guys, like they did a lot of sick stuff that like people won't even watch because one, they just don't care about it, or two, they just like no one talks about it, So like unless you're like a student of the game, like you won't go out of your way to watch like tags from mid 2000s from TNA. Like it was so money.
No, that makes sense. I mean, honestly, I I think like the early 2000s to like mid 2000s TNA was probably some of the most underrated wrestling that they had ever. Honestly, like if you look at some of the like people that they had there, like prime AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, all those dudes, even Petey Williams, like all those dudes were just money. And like,
people that went on to make money in WWE and like the mid 2010s, like they were all in TNA, like everyone.
I mean, I got to be real though. The only thing that hurt watching TNA, because I actually really enjoyed TNA, was when Hogan went there and literally destroyed that company. Like he straight up.
What was that whole the state?
I don't think it was intentional. I think that was just Hogan being Hogan. You know what I mean? Like just to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can do this with me and this with me and this with me, and he just kind of put himself in everything and it just didn't work. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, man. Like Hogan's a legend and one of the best, well not best, but one of the biggest legends of all time. Mm-hmm. I mean, but you got to let the young dogs fight too. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, he didn't let that happen, it looked like. So I don't think it was intentional, but I know what you're saying. Some people did.
Just a bit of an egomaniac. That happens when, you're a millionaire in a business that nobody was a millionaire in before you.
That's true. No, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, we're talking Hogan Rock here. Is there like a match? I think I know which one Jay's going to say because we've had this conversation before. But is there any match that stands out to you as like a match that like you could watch over and over and just you just love it? Like, because sometimes as wrestlers you kind of get desensitized to actual wrestling because you're kind of studying when you're watching after a while.
Yeah. So you're saying matches that I could watch over and over again?
Oh yeah.
There's a couple. I'll give you the top three. I would say in an Eli. What's that?
Jeff Hardy Taker ladder match.
Yes. But that's not in my top three. I could watch that match every day, but it's not in my top three. Okay. I would say without order, and I know Eli's going to disagree on one of these, but the Malenkos versus the British Bulldogs is like one of my favorite matches. I probably watch it like once a month. That it's from All Japan. It's such a great match. I'm gonna say you need to see it. It's the match. I would say Benoit versus Jericho, Royal Rumble 2001 is a ladder match. It's like it's such a beast.
Is that the one where the Walls of Jericho was done on the ladder for the first time?
I believe so. I believe so. It was that match is just pure great. What else? There's just so many matches, and now I can't think of it. I can't think of my top three. Oh! This is kind of new, but I would die on this hill. Marty Scurll versus Nick Aldis. Crockett Cup 2019 is like it is such an amazing match. No one even saw it besides like people that are super into NWA. But go watch that. That is the match.
You apparently have a lot more. You have a lot more knowledge. I'm not saying that I don't think you watch wrestling, but apparently you watch everything. So I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, watch those matches.
Eli, what about you?
Okay, one of them is Stone Cold versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13. That's the first match that I remember watching and like actually feeling something. You feel something when you watch wrestling sometimes. That's the first time that I felt that. The next one's going to be Kenny Omega versus Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
The first one?
They're 60-minute classic, bro. I think that one went to a draw. I'm not sure, though.
I don't remember, but I remember that being an insane match. I remember seeing clips of that and then being like, all right, I got to go back and watch this. And I did, and it was just nuts.
Yep. And, I'm trying to think of my third one because I got to pick wisely. It's kind of a tie between Sasha versus Bayley at TakeOver and Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. They're 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, yeah.
It's a lot of them.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, Sami Zayn doesn't have bad matches, man.
Low-Key versus Kenta from Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, that match is insane. I can't really, the third one's just, 5.
Yeah.
5 different matches in my third slot, bro.
I got to be real. I end up going my brain goes right back to Generico versus Steen during that ladder match that they had. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that was brutal. That's insane. Some of that match is rough to watch because these motherfuckers are doing some spots that are There could end their career, and it's crazy.
That's the thing, though. When you're in there with a friend that you know you can trust, y'all go all out because, like, you're not going to kill each other. You know what I mean? You're going to know that your boy's going to protect you.
Exactly. No, exactly. See, that's the thing is, like, you get to that point where that trust becomes another level of trust. Because, like, you're supposed to be going in there and trusting everybody anyway, and that's how it should be. That's the professionalism of it. But, like, if I'm going in there with someone, like, even let's say, like Justin, Lucas Chase at this point, like, me and him have gotten really close. And I'm like, I know for a damn fact we'd be fine if we had a killer match if we did what we needed to do. Because, like, I feel like I can trust him a little more because of who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's important. But,
they're gonna just take extra care of you.
well, yeah, I mean that's what it should. That's what it should be. And like, but I don't even think that. Like, you also gotta know, like, oh, this is my boy. I can go a little harder with this guy too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll understand and they'll bring it back. But they'll also know, like, there's a limit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'm sure we've all had those people you get in the ring with, you get a little stiff. You never wrestled them before. You don't really know what's going on. Da 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 da. But, like, you run something back with someone so many times, especially, like, guys like, Steen and Sami Zayn, and it's like they know each other from, they're literally in each other's weddings and shit. So I mean, those are the kind of like connections and chemistry you do not find often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. I got one last question for you guys, and I'm probably going to wrap this up. But this is a joint question. You guys had a show recently for Test of Strength, Dear Norma. You guys have pretty much, I know, obviously, Jay, you didn't wrestle, but you were there as part of the firm. It was, I believe, Eli and Sami Zayn versus Slick Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy, and it was for the tag team titles at Test of Strength.
I was on Sami Zayn's documentary. You met Sammy Diaz.
Did I say Sami Zayn?
Yes. Yep. I was like, who's going to tell him?
This guy sucks.
That's on me. Anyway, you guys had a match, and you guys have wrestled for the tag titles a good amount now, and you still haven't gotten those tag titles. What's going on? Like, what happened to your Norma?
I can't really tell you what happened or what didn't happen. All I can say is, when you train two students, right? One of them's been in this business for 2 years. One of them's been in it for 3. You're our protege. If I came this close to beating you and you taught me everything that I know, then that's scary. That's scary. That means that he's training some demons right now. And that's the truth. He's our trainer. And so, Freddie's a mentor to us too, as well. They've both been doing it for an accumulated amount of time longer than us. But every time that we wrestle, we get this much closer and closer. And that little gap in between us and the tag team titles just gets so small that eventually it's just going to close and those titles are going to be in our hands. Eventually.
That's a really
I'm
good
hoping to God that he just gives us one more match so that we could prove that we could beat Slick Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy. Because I know we can do it. We have the potential. We have the ring skill. We have everything that it takes to be top dogs.
I mean, yeah, see, I don't doubt that for a second, honestly, but I got to ask you, too. I mean, you guys have a thorn in your side with a little masked marauder named Ichiban.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yo, Ichiban is living on borrowed time, bro. The search never stops, man.
Hey,
we see him.
Information.
You're right. You know what? I'm gonna just Ichiban's always looking over his shoulder. That's all I know.
He's just giving too much information. Well, listen. If you do get your hands on Ichiban, I mean, is there a chance maybe Ichiban, you guys, mend some fences, or is that just it for Ichiban?
Mend some fences.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
What I look like a carpenter?
You do look like a carpenter today, yeah.
Mend some fences. Hell no. Fuck him, his mask, his 6-pack that I wish I had. Fuck him.
Ichiban, if I see you in the streets, I'm gonna run you over.
Being real though, that's
run you over.
Being real though, that's one of my favorite opponents in the ring. He brings the best out of me, regardless of how I feel about him as a person or whatever the fuck he is, Pokemon. whatever.
I don't even think he's human. I just think he's like
I think
three
he's a
gerbils.
Pokemon, bro.
I just think he's like three gerbils in a soup, bro. I don't know.
I think
I feel like the legend of Ichiban just kind of continues here, and like I've heard some rumors about Ichiban recently. Apparently, he's actually the person who created Jay's haircut when he was younger. So,
wow, don't you ever say stuff like that to me,
dude,
Steven.
look, it's just what I'm hearing through the grapevine. It's just what I'm hearing. I can't.
And who told them? Ichiban? He
No,
speak English.
He only knows one word.
Motherfucker. That Cubone looking motherfucker. All he say is Ichiban #1. Who the hell is he gonna tell?
Look, I don't know where these legends come from. I just hear them. Okay, this isn't my fault. All right, like I don't know. I don't know. This isn't on me. This is on you guys. You guys got to figure this out with Ichiban. So that's not on me. But listen,
like I said,
I'm just gonna say that when it's all said and done, I actually do hope you guys end up with those tag team titles. You guys have been working your asses off to get them. So I think it's about that time. I thought it was that time a couple months ago, truth be told. But when it does happen, I'm sure it'll be worth it. But guys, I'm going to end this now. I appreciate you coming on. Apparently talking a bunch of shit, which I should have expected.
We went light. We went light. This is firm light. This is firm diet.
This is firm diet. This is Diet Podcast of the Positive Wrestling Podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Stephen Baker, a.k.a. León. That was Jay Bricks. This is Elijah 6. You guys want to plug any of your socials real quick?
At Elijah 6, and the S in 6 is a 6.
Okay.
Everything.
My social security number is Jay Bricks. That is JAY space BRY XX.
It's a really odd way to spell bricks. All right, everybody else, thank you for listening. Again, I was Stephen Baker, and remember to stay positive.
Fuck y'all.